I never ever felt that I'd ever place this music in movies until Yardie came along. And then it was like, wow, you're telling me I can play my favorite reggae tunes in a movie? This film starts from the 70s into the 80s, but really highlights a sweet spot for our country, which is the early 80s, where reggae culture and English culture merged to form the multicultural country that we are.
Integration came as we went down into the 70s. And you're seeing these guys and you're hearing this music that was different. They had to get used to us and we had to get used to them.
I mean, I used to live in Tulse Hill when they were like Muds and Teddy Boys, and you couldn't go where they were. But then if we had a reggae dance, those same guys would be coming into the reggae dance. That was like the beginning of the now so-called multicultural, multiracial kind of environment. The music was like that bond that sucked people together.
There were always a lot of Caribbean people living in Nottingham from the Windrush times. And reggae music was in the charts then. It was in the pop charts, it was on television. It was very accessible.
English culture sort of really adopted reggae music. It was easy to get on with, it was vibey. It just reminded England of sunshine. In my film, it's very much a big part of it because my character is a DJ. He's connected to his music in a very deep way.
We want to pick up a new song right now, I know song. And the righteous falling bread of them cars.
You know, it was important that I took the audience on a little bit of a journey with the music so they feel it.
So many British labels started to form because reggae was selling in the UK. It was like, this was the place. Records were made in Jamaica and sent straight to England.
There was a record shop in every borough. And you'd go and you'd see what was going on and everyone would have different things, or you'd go around all of them trying to find that record that you had to have for the weekend.
You went out on a Saturday night listening to sound system, you heard them play certain tracks. So the next weekend, the next day, it was straight to a record shop because you heard this track.
Sound system played a major role in reggae because the sound system was the vehicle for the music. The music wasn't really being played on like Radio 1 as you'd have nowadays. There wasn't any BBC One Extra. The sound system was playing your music, you got your break because sound systems were traveling. And so sound system has a very important part as it was kind of, and it still is, our kind of time where we hear music from ourselves, for ourselves.
That very much speaks about sound system culture. And often it's described very differently, but it is about community. It is about connection.
We got a lot of goodwill from the reggae community, and you know, it's very special to have the Marley family bless the film and say yes, and to have Skip Marley, you know, Bob's grandson, sing was super special.
I think Jamaica's music has been very popular throughout the history of the 70s and 80s. It's influenced, you can say, hip-hop, it's influenced dance, it's influenced a bunch of things because it's a rhythm and a feeling. Growing up where I grew up in Hackney, you know, which is a big Afro-Caribbean community, the music was part of the expression. People used to play music way more openly in their houses, in their cars, and you would hear a lot of reggae.
The rhythm, the groove of the music now is influence. It's a direct influence when you even said some Ed Sheeran stuff, Ellie Goulding. A lot of pop music, which like a lot of Major Lazer stuff, is a direct influence from reggae music.
You know, the more modernized version of dancehall to like Popcorn, to Movado, Vibes Cartel. There's different people that have done this thing and transferred it and made it more for our kind of generation.
Now they've got this Afro beat, which they fused the reggae into it. They got grime, they fuse reggae, they sample it, they sample reggae and hip hop. It's the most sampled music in the world because it's the beat of your heart.
Reggae is music that brings people together of all different places. All different types of people come together when they listen to reggae, so I feel like that's a peace-building type of music.
You look at the collaborations with Jamaican and overseas artists. It's never like before.
And it shows that, you know, reggae is international and it's for everybody.
The future of reggae is very bright.
I think it's important that we do look back in time and look at our culture in needle drop films like this that show us what it was like. It's a very specific time, and hopefully people can look at Yardie and go, I know a little bit about how reggae music influenced the UK.
Yes, mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2. Yes, I. Yes, sister.